Welcome back to Living Dayton, everyone. Our next guest already has us cracking up on the couch. He's a comedian who's made numerous national appearances, including BET's Comic View and The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. He also appears in the new #1 box office hit, Think Like a Man.
That's right. We've got Ohio native Gary Owen joining us. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
#1 movie.
Yeah, well, tell us
#1
about
movie.
it. What's your character like in this movie?
The character in the movie is Bennett. Now, keep in mind, it's 6 buddies, and all 5 of the guys are single, and they're all looking for love. And I'm the only guy in the bunch that's married, and I'm trying to tell them, go home, find a girl,
Right.
take care of her, be nice to her. And they bag on me the whole movie, and I take the abuse, but in the end, they find out I actually got my
You
act
were right.
together.
Okay. Now, do the other guys get their act together also because of you, or is that?
If you see the movie, which most people have because it's #1,
Yeah,
as I
absolutely.
might say again, #1. 'Cause I don't know if I'm going to say that ever again in my life, #1. No, at the end of the movie, I kind of put a little twist on it. I put a button on it, and I refocused all the guys on what they should do. And it really, during the movie, you know, when I got the script and then I found out who's going to be in the movie, the women in the movie is Taraji Henson and Gabrielle Union and Megan Good and Lala.
Great cast
Yeah.
there.
And they're all attractive women, and I wasn't with any of them. I don't know what that was all about. Like, you never see my wife in the movie. I was a little
Really?
disappointed in that. Yeah.
Okay.
And the clip here, that's the basketball scene. I had to guard Ron Artest, and I don't think he knew it was fake. I mean,
So
he was taking
like-
it serious.
He was for real.
It's like,
on the
dude,
court.
this is not for real, Ron. Yeah, you don't realize how
What
good.
happened? Did he step on your toes? Did he?
You got to see the movie. Yeah, he gave me an elbow, but I took it. I wasn't James Harden. I took it. I came back, you know? Now, the thing about it is, you don't realize how good NBA players are till you play them. You know, like my son's 11 when he plays, and he might score 15, 20 points in a game.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can go pro. He can go to the NBA. Then you play NBA guys, and you're like, you know, 2-year school be good. I'm good with Sinclair Community, you know? Yeah, Sinclair Community. He can ball out there.
That's what's up. We can just do that.
Yeah,
We
you
can
don't
do
realize how
challenge.
good NBA players are till you play them. The worst NBA player is still better than anybody at the Y in Dayton. I guarantee you that.
And I mean, you were mentioning the all-star cast, all of the gorgeous women. I gotta mention the gorgeous men now. You worked with some pretty hot guys. Michael Ealy,
Whatever.
Kevin Hart, you know, no big deal. What was it like, an all-star cast like that? Did you guys have a lot of fun on the set?
We did. You know, I've known Kev for years, and this is my first time meeting Mike and Jerry, and I've known Terrence for a little while, and Romney here and there. But we were, you know, it was like we was boys. Like in between takes, we were actually playing hoops in between takes,
Really?
and it was just like,
Just hanging out.
yeah, it really was. It was like, and we was ad-libbing all the basketball scenes because you know the basketball guys aren't actors. We were just kind of going with it. So it was a fun set. And I knew the movie would do well, but I didn't know it was going to do this well. It's like we caught lightning in a bottle, and hopefully it leads to a part 2 because everybody wants to see what happens in the relationships. And I'm just happy right now, man. You know, I'm at the Dayton Funny Bone this weekend. I don't care if anybody laughs or not this weekend. I'm good.
They're gonna
I have a feeling they're gonna.
They're
I have
gonna
a feeling
laugh.
they're going to.
No, it's just, and I've been, you know, I've been surprised with the whole, this is what we've done as a cast, is we sent emails to each other and we said, let's go to theaters and thank people for coming out last weekend. And that's what we did. I was in Chicago last weekend, so when people would come out of the movies, we'd just be standing there. Like Kev was in Atlanta, Mike was in LA, I think Romney was in New York with Terrence and Lala. So when they come up, we surprise them. So I'm still doing that this week. So when my show's over, I'm headed over to the Green.
In Dayton.
Yeah, in
So
Dayton. I'm going to pop up in the
You're
theaters.
gonna be at the Green.
Yeah, you know, because I'm at the Funny Bone, and the Green's right there, the
But
rave.
you're gonna go hang out at the Green before you
As soon as they let out, I'm just standing there. And it's so funny because when people walk out, the first couple always just looks and they go, and then it just takes one to be like, hey! And then, so the first thing to do is say you lost weight. That's what bothers me. I was like, dang, was I fat in the movie?
The 10 pounds, the camera and the 10 pounds.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
that
But I was heavy in the movie. But I played it that way because once I saw who was in it, Michael Ealy and stuff, I was like, ain't nobody looking at me. I'm going to go ahead and cheeseburger and corn dogs.
Well, you were saying your character has his act together.
Right.
Everyone actually finds out that he really knows what he's talking about. Do you have your act together?
Yeah, it's weird. In real life, I was the only married guy, too. So
Really?
we were sitting there.
Your
and
art mirrored life.
Yeah, and Kevin was going through a divorce when we were shooting it.
Right.
So it was like, it really was life imitating art between me and him. A
So
lot
were
of
you
it.
schooling them off the camera too, or were they like, Gary, just stop?
No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I wasn't trying to give him too much advice. I was letting them live it up when we was in LA. You
Now,
know?
I've got to ask, you know, you said you'll be performing at the Funny Bone this weekend. You know, your humor really like crosses racial barriers. Like everyone finds you funny. What do you think about your humor is able to do that?
Well, the thing about it is, I'm married and my wife's black, but you know that's a little bit of my act. You know, I mean, but it's a culture thing. It's not a racial thing, and I don't like to dumb my humor down.
Right.
I don't want to do stereotypical humor. Like, I want to do things like, this is how I see it's like I'm a fish out of water, but I'm comfortable in the water that I'm in because I've been in it so long. You know what I mean? So I like to tell my jokes in a way that that everyone would get. Even if it's an all-white crowd or an all-black crowd, I can still talk about me being married and the differences between us, and they would still get it no matter if there's no black people or no white people in the audience.
Was that a natural thing for you to find, that balance, or did you have to work on that balance in your career?
As a comedian, you know, it takes years to find your voice, and once you find it, then you can just hone it.
It just clicks.
And I found it. You know, I got lucky because early in my career, BET put me on the network a lot. You know, and then most of them I've been on since then has been black-based comedy shows. So I've been lucky in that aspect. I've been able to have a platform that I could express myself in that way. You know, so because you know, racial, it's a touchy subject. You know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of mainstream networks might not put me on. Whereas BET, and now I'm hosting the Shaq All-Star Jams and stuff, and those things air on Showtime a lot. It lets people that might not come to the show, they see it and they're like, oh, okay, I like that guy, he's good.
And
you know what I mean?
They definitely need to come to the show starting tonight through Sunday. That's at the Funny Bone at the Green, and you can get your tickets at funnybonesentral.com. So, Gary, thank you so much.
And go see Think Like a Man if you haven't seen it.
Number one,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Go
Yeah,
see
we're
the
trying to get
movie
number one
first
again.
at the Green, and then go to the Funny Bone.
Yeah, you don't know
And
who's
he
going to pop up.
He'll be standing out there waiting for you potentially.
You don't know who's going to pop up.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
All right,
Gary.
thanks, girls.
Great fun.